Hello, it is 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition. For tonight's headlines, we have the return of the President Gele to Djibouti. Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh assassinated in Tehran. Welcome to our newsroom. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Gele, returned to the country yesterday at the end of a double mission that took him successively to Accra, the capital of Ghana, and Paris. In Paris, the last stop of his trip, the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Gele, made a working visit and also took part in the opening of the 2024 Olympic Games and a summit devoted to sport and sustainable development. During his stay, the President of the Republic was received at the Élysée Palace by his counterpart, French President Emmanuel Macron, following talks between the two heads of state. The official signing of the defense treaty by the two presidents was the highlight of the meeting. The signing of the treaty reflected the consolidation of an essential strategic partnership for the two countries, with a view to strengthening their mutual commitment to defense and security. This new agreement will further strengthen the historic partnership between France and Djibouti and guarantee greater security in key regions of the world. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Gele, took part in the opening ceremony of the Paris Olympic Games. The first leg of his mission was to Accra, Ghana, to take part in the 6th Annual Coordination Summit of the African Union, which was held on Sunday, 21 July. Judicial reversal for DP World and its lawyer before the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia. The Republic of Djibouti welcomes the decision of the United States Court of Appeal for the District of Columbia, which on 30 July 2024 overturned the judgment handed down on the 17 February 2023 by a U.S. Federal Court of First Instance. This particularly important decision comes in the context of the dispute between the Republic of Djibouti and the Emirati operator DP World concerning the Dorale container terminal by re-establishing the law, and the Court of Appeal validates by arguments put forward for many years by the Republic of Djibouti. The invalidated judgment had, against all legal logic, granted the executor to the United States of a regular award made by the London Court of Arbitration. This LSE had ordered the Republic of Djibouti to pay $474 million to Dorale Container Terminal on the basis of an abusive claim brought by DP World and its lawyers, who were not authorized to act on the DCT's behalf. DCT's 66.67% of which is owned by the state of Djibouti and 33.33% by DP World, was placed under administrations by the Djibouti court with the appointment of a provisional administrator in September 2019. The provisional administrator was therefore the only person authorized to act on behalf of the company. DCT, the former concessionaire of the Dorale Container Terminal, does not own any port assets in the Republic of Djibouti following the terminations of the concessions in February 2018, when the management of the container terminal was entrusted to a new company called SGTD. In its decisions on 13 July 2024, handed down by a majority of the three judges of the Federal Court of Appeal, the court held as the Republic of Djibouti had argued that the law firm Queen Emmanuel, representing DP World, could not act equally and effectively on behalf of the DCT, since the Djibouti courts had divested DCT's corporate bodies, which were controlled by DP World, by appointing a provisional administrator for DCT. The Federal Court of Appeal thus recalled a fundamental principle of law which obliges every judge to ensure that the lawyers who pleads the cases before the court has a mandate for the customers he intends to represent. The fundamental principle was ignored by the London Court of Arbitration and by the trial judge in the District of Columbia, who declared it admissible proceeding brought by law firms without a mandate from the CSD, thus blatantly violating the rules of procedures. This decision restores the Republic of Djibouti's legitimate rights. It also undermines DP World's strategy of manipulating the courts on the media against the Republic of Djibouti. The government of the Republic of Djibouti reaffirms its position, reiterating many times only a direct agreement between the parties which will guarantee the common interests, but also the sovereignty of the nations over its strategic infrastructure, will make it possible to put an end to the commercial dispute with DP World. The messages of congratulations from the President of the Republic to his re-elected Venezuelan counterpart, the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, has wished success and success to his re-elected Venezuelan counterpart, Nicolas Maduro, who was declared the winner by 51.2% in the presidential elections held last Sunday in that country. The fact that you were re-elected in the first rounds is proof that the majority of your compatriots supports your political visions, wrote President Guelleh in the congratulatory telegram sent to Mr. Maduro. I hope that under your leadership, your country will continue to grow and develop the health of state, wrote in the same document, reiterating his warm congratulations to his re-elected Venezuelan counterpart. The government of the Republic of Djibouti expressed its deep indignation and condemns in the strongest term the cowardly and despicable assassinations of Ismail Haniyeh, a prominent figure respected by the Palestinian people. Djibouti holds Israel responsible for this heinous act perpetrated with unspeakable cruelty that will in no way serve as peace in the Middle East. These assassinations will only strengthen the determinations of the Palestinian people to fight against the occupation and to continue their quest for justice and freedom. The Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh assassinated in Tehran. The Palestinian resistance movement Hamas announced earlier on Wednesday that the leaders of its political bureau, Ismail Haniyeh, had been killed in an Israeli airstrike targeting his residence in Tehran, the capital of Iran. Hamas mourned the loss of our great leader Ismail Haniyeh, the Mujahid who was killed in a treacherous Zionist in the residence in Tehran after participating in the inauguration ceremony of the new Iranian president. The group said in a statement on Telegram, Iranian state television is confirming Haniyeh's death and said that an investigation into the assassinations was underway, adding that the result would be announced soon. Israel has not yet made an official statement on the incident. Ismail Haniyeh, a leading Palestinian figure and head of the Hamas political bureau, was killed in an airstrike on his residence in Tehran on Wednesday. The 62-year-old leader is considered a leading face of Hamas. For decades had headed the political bureau for his exiles in Qatar. In the recent years, Ismail Haniyeh was born on 29 January 1963 in the Ashati refugee camp in the Gaza Strip. He began his political career by working closely with the founder of Hamas, Sheikh Ahmed Yassin, and joining the paramilitary group during the first Intifada, Stonewall in 1987 to in 1993 and the late of 1980s. Imprisoned several times for taking part in this Intifada in Israel before leaving Gaza. He became an important Hamas leader during his year of activity. Ismail Haniyeh, nicknamed Abu al-Abd, rose to prominence in 2004 after Sheikh Ahmed Yassin and Abdelaziz Rantisi. The two previous leaders of Hamas were eliminated by Israel in March and April of that year, he became Prime Minister of the Palestinian Authorities for the first time in 2006, following Hamas' surprise victory in the Palestinian legislative elections and attracted the attention of the international community. In 2012, he stated that Hamas will never recognize Israel and that the Palestinian struggles will continue until the liberation of Palestine and Jerusalem and the return of all Palestinian refugees to their homes. In May 2017, he succeeded Khaled Meshal as a head of the Hamas political bureau and found himself on the U.S. List of wanted terrorists. Donald Trump's administration said that the time that this measure was intended to cut off his access to international financial resources. In April, Israel police arrested one of his sisters on suspicion on having links with the members of the movement. Shortly afterwards, three of his sons and four grandchildren were killed in Israel airstrikes. Ismail Haniyeh, who lived in Doha in Qatar in the last years of his life, was traveling to Iran to attend the inauguration of Masoud Pezeshkian, the new Iranian president. This photo is one of the last of the Hamas leaders still alive. Observers said that is a blow to both Hamas and Iran at the time of hated the future to resolve the conflict and free the Israeli hostages still held in Gaza. The reactions from the international community. The Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian accused Israel of killing Ismail Haniyeh, who had come to attend his inauguration ceremony in the capital Tehran, and vowed to make him regret this cowardly act. The Islamic Republic of Iran will defend its territorial integrity, honor, pride, and dignity, and will make the terrorist invader regret their coward act, said Mr. Pezeshkian on X, paying tribute to a courageous leader. Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Khamenei vowed to inflict severe punishment on Israel. The Qatar, which hosts the political leadership of Hamas, of which Mr. Haniyeh was a member, condemned a heinous crimes and warned against dangerous escalations in the region. It denounces the assassinations of flagrant violations of international law and humanitarian law, according to a statement from its Ministry of Foreign Affairs. A key interlocutor of the Palestinian Islamist movement, Qatar has been involved for months along with Egypt and U.S. in talks aimed at obtaining a ceasefire in the war between Israel and Hamas in Gaza. Call for strikes actions in the Palestinian territory in the West Bank of the Palestinian territory occupied by Israel since 1967. Palestinian movement on Wednesday called for the general strikes in the Palestinian territories. The Islamist movement of Palestine are announcing general strikes and angry marches to protest against the assassinations of the great national leaders, which is a part of the terrorism of the Zionist state. Israel editor note, and it is a war of extermination, the Palestinian movement said in a joint statement. In Lebanon, Hezbollah denounced the assassinations of Mr. Haniyeh and assured that it would strengthen the determinations of the group and its allies to confront Israel. Hezbollah opened a front against Israel in southern Lebanon in support of Hamas in Gaza the day after the unprecedented attack by the Palestinian Islamist movement on Israel. So on 7 October, which sparked off the war. China, which has supported the Palestinian cause for decades, condemned the assassination. So we are very concerned about this incident and vigorously oppose and condemns this assassination, declared a spokesman for Chinese diplomacy Lin Chuan. Michael Bogdanov, a Russian deputy foreign minister, announced an unacceptable political assassination. Speaking to a state news agency, RA Mosovsky, this will lead to a further escalation of tensions, he said. Konstantin Kazachev, deputy chairman of the Federation Council, the upper house of the Russian parliament, said he now expected a sudden escalation of mutual hatred in the Middle East. The Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan condemned the treacherous assassinations of his brother. May God have mercy on my brother Ismail Haniyeh, who fell as a martyr as a result of this heinous attack. He wrote on the social network X, denouncing Zionist barbarity. The Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, made a 48 hours working visit to Abu Dhabi. During his visit, Mr. Mahmoud Ali Yusuf met the Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the United Arab Emirates, His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan. The two ministers discussed a number of issues of mutual interests as well as ways and means of strengthening bilateral relations between their two countries. They also discussed regional and international issues. The two ministers discussed development in the situations in the Gaza Strip, security in the Red Sea, and the Sudan crisis and its humanitarian repercussions. In particular, they discussed the results of the recent Djibouti meeting on Sudan. Minister Mahmoud Ali Yusuf was accompanied by a delegation including the ambassador of the Republic of Djibouti to the United Arab Emirates, Mr. Musa Muhammad Ahmad. On Tuesday evening, the Moroccan embassy in Djibouti celebrated the 25th anniversary of the accession of His Majesty King Mohammed VI to the throne of his glorious ancestors. A grand reception was held at the Eila Grand Hotel. The event was attended by the Deputy Chargé d'Affaires of the Moroccan Embassy, Mr. Reda Al-Waddani, and the Minister of Higher Education and Research, Dr. Nabil Mohammed Ahmed, representing the government, as well as the numerous civilians and military figures representing of foreign forces stationed in Djibouti, businessmen and women and other guests since his accession to the throne. King Mohammed VI has carried out major reforms that have led to profound and structural transformations in various aspects of economic, social, religious, and legal life, all aimed at strengthening democracy, the rule of law, modernity, and the promotions of human rights. The Republic of Djibouti enjoys strong fraternal relations with the Kingdom of Morocco, which have developed remarkably in recent years under the leadership of the President of the Republic, Ismail Omar Guelleh, and King Mohammed VI. In his speech at the reception, the Deputy Chargé d'Affaires of the Moroccan Embassy in Djibouti, Mr. Reda Al-Waddan, began by expressing his gratitude to all those present, praising the close fraternal relations between his countries and the Republic of Djibouti. The Moroccan diplomat took the opportunity to review the considerable progress made by the kingdom over recent decades in the economic, social, and cultural file, while expressing his gratitude for the support his country's embassy receives from the Republic of Djibouti at the level of its leadership, government, and people. For his part, the Minister of Higher Education and Research, Dr. Nabil Mohammed Ahmed, underlined in his speech at the reception the exemplary cooperation and fraternal relations that bind the Republic of Djibouti to the Kingdom of Morocco. That he took the opportunity on behalf of the Djiboutian government to congratulate King Mohammed VI on 25th anniversary of his accession to the throne, wishing the Moroccan people further progress, development, and prosperity. Hussein Humada Barkat, a native of Tajura, the YCT Olympic swimmer, he is a national athlete since the end of the 2018. Here is my different competition stars shines brightest when the world is watching, and that is exactly what Hamad Hussein Barkat, the Djiboutian swimming prodigy, will do tomorrow at noon in the 50 meters freestyles at the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. After years of dedications and sacrifices, Barkat is ready to write a glorious new chapters in the history of the sport, since he is promising beginning at the 2019 World Championship in the South Korea, where he made a remarkable entrance with at the time of 3:37 minutes in the 15 meters backstroke. Barkat has traveled a pace of success. His exceptional performance, whether at the regional and continental championship, have revealed raw talent and unwavering determination. The Paris Olympic Games mark a crucial milestone for this young swimmer. It has been a long wait, but the time has finally come for Hamad to show the world the magnitude of his talent and hard work. It is with impressive mastery that he posted his best times, including 27.5 minutes in the 50 meters freestyles at the World Championship in Budapest in 2022. A feat that is a testament of his incredible indomitable sprite and elegance, reflections of Hamad Barkat's total commitment to his sport and his country, embodying the Olympic pool and hopes of an entire nation is his journey and his ability, not only as an athlete, but Muhammad Hussein is that future generations will read with admiration and respect. The appointment is made and promises the Egyptian swimmers unwavering courage. The closing of summer sport activity in Hull Hall yesterday. The town of Hull Hall was alive with the rhythms of the football final, which marked the end of the summer sports activity. The match pitted the two best teams in the locality against each other, offering a spectacle full of flavor and twists and turns, living up to all the expectations. The many tireless supporters cheered their player on the tireless through the thrilling match. The final took place in front of an audience of distinguished guests and influential personalities. Among them were representatives of the State Secretariat for Sports, including Omar Hassan Abdullahi, Director of Sport Regions, and the Sub-Prefect of Hull Hall, Mustafa Hassan Waberi, local elected representative, and other key players from the regions also honored this major sporting event. The aim of this initiative was not just to provide a platform for entertainment, but to promote national sport and detect promising new talent. The team, a number of honors were awarded to the various players and of their outstanding contributions and commitment to local sport. The summer sport at BOK, the launched of the beginning of June by the dynamic associations, the summer sport activity are now in full swing and entering the final phase of the BOK Balbala ground. The event was attended by the Deputy Director General of the NPS, Ahmed Ali, and the Director General of Administration, Hassan Kako, the head of the sport department, Ibrahim Hassan, and the various managers of the associations, as well as several other personalities from the world of sport. Through this activity, the Secretary of State for Sports, His Excellency Hassan Mohammed Kamil, aims to enhance and promote sport and to provide unfailing support to the associations organizing sporting events in the capitals and inland regions. For their part, the leaders of the Hog Association expressed their satisfaction and gratitude for His Excellency, the Minister of Sport, Hassan Mohammed Kamil. It is with great emotions and dismay that we learn of the passing in Ali Sabih today, July 23, 2024, of the late Abdi Roble Obsiye, born in 1943 in Ali Ade, Ali Sabih region. The deceased leaves behind a large family, including 11 children and several grandchildren, including the prefect of the Dakhel region, Hassan Abdi Roble. The deceased was one of the dean and wise old Asajog, a great patriot, a great emblematic figure, and undisputed model in favor of peace and unity, sharing the emotions following the death of the late Abdi Roble Obsiye. We send the most saddened messages of condolence to the family members and relatives of the friend of the deceased Abdi Roble Obsiye, including his son, the prefect of the Dakhel region, and the entire Asajo community, mourning the loss of one of its greatest elders in the regions. We pray to Allah, the Merciful, to grant peace to his soul and welcome him into his eternal paradise. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. For the international scene, Israeli strikes on Beirut. The Israeli army claimed Tuesday evening to have eliminated a Hezbollah commander responsible, according to it, for the deadly shooting on the annexed Golan, to which it had promised to retaliate in the southern suburb of Beirut. At the site of the strikes, the top floor of an 8-story building was ripped open, leaving a gaping chasm from which electrical wires hang. And this is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.